I need your help, people. Some of you know me as Rock Out with My Cock Out from Fremont Street Experience. Some of you know me as president and lawyer for the Performers Union on Fremont Street. And others know me as Morpher Mayor of the city of Las Vegas. I concluded a 14-month ticket for street performing by pleading no contest back in September and paying the fine of record, and told the judge in August I wouldn't be able to come to any more court hearings because I would be out of state dealing with my health and pension business for the foreseeable future. Judge said, okay. So they get my no contest plea, they get my fine, it's over. The case is closed. Then they decide they're going to have a court hearing without me in January. Then the city prosecutor contacts me in late December trying to get me to sign an additional document. And I said, well, under what law do you want me to sign this document? He wouldn't cite a law. And I said, well, it's simply request, no thank you. And then I get a call from a person claiming to be from the city saying, we'll see you in court on January 28th, 2022. I haven't been notified of any court date in the year 2022. Judge says I didn't have to come to court if I was no longer in state. Okay, so I contact Department 6, Judge Hastings, and say, hey, I'm still out of state. I can't go to court on the 28th. That was January 26, 2022. January 27th, they said, well, you were supposed to be here January 24th. There's a bench warrant for your arrest. And I said, I was never notified, nor did I promise to appear in January 2022. And this case was over 6 months ago. So I sent a motion within 2 weeks to quash the bench warrant. You have 30 days under Nevada revised statute. I gave 8 reasons why I couldn't be there and why the warrant should be quashed. Then all of a sudden, Mayor Goodman and the city council has a big parade at the city council meeting, and on February 16, 2022, gives Judge Hastings his golden parachute and extra pension, reportedly, that he didn't earn, extra few years, and he's retiring before his term of office is due at the end of the year. He's retiring. Here's a bunch of money, Judge Hastings. So Judge Hastings, a few days before that, took my motion to quash and just kind of pushed it over here to be read on March 1st, 2022, the day he retired. My motion was denied by him or some new judge, and there was no reason to deny it. And I started thinking, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this to me? Why? This is petty. Even if they're mad at me and don't like me, more for mayor, president more of the union, and Rock Out with My Cock Out. Why are they doing this? Why are they issuing an illegal warrant for my arrest? I put the timeline of this street performer ticket with the timeline to our case in Washington, D.C. that is about to prove the Fremont Street performers are employees. I'm going to be allowed oral arguments via a teleconference to the National Labor Relations Board in Washington, D.C. very soon. The city of Las Vegas and the Fremont Street Experience, fearing this because it's the first time in the 7-year dispute we'll be able to challenge them saying we're independent contractors. I have 400 points that say we're employees, and now I get to argue with their attorney on the record. It's an administrative law hearing for an appeal. It's not an actual court date, but then everything starts over and they conclude the investigation and send us to real court. The city of Las Vegas issued this illegal warrant so I would be detained in a jail in Nevada and unable to complete this oral argument call to the National Labor Relations Board in Washington, D.C. And the reason they're doing that is because there's over $100 million in back minimum wage for 1,500 street performers back to 2015. The city of Las Vegas and Fremont Street are a criminal enterprise in racketeering and human trafficking, labeling us independent contractors but treating us as employees, involuntary servants, and even under slavery and human trafficking laws of slavery. I am the guy that's about to beat them at this after 7 years as a lawyer, and they're trying to put me in jail so I lose the opportunity to have that oral argument. And once that call's passed and that Zoom conference call, it's all in the toilet. That's how insidious they are, because they don't want to pay the $100 million in back minimum wage to the Fremont Street Performers. I need help, and I need support, and I need a petition, and I'm still running for mayor despite all this. They're breaking the law worse than the old mafia did, and the sad part is they're not even skilled as the old mafia. They're breaking the law so sloppy in this case that if an independent grand jury looked at this, they would see that I am being maliciously prosecuted for blowing the whistle on the city of Las Vegas and Fremont Street's human trafficking. I'm ending this with, I'm known as Rock Out with Your Cock Out as a performer. I'm known as Michael Troy Moore, President and General Counsel of the Sonic Labor and Visual Entertainers Union, and I'm also known as Moore for Mayor of the City of Las Vegas. Thank you for your time and support.